Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm Sister Sharon. Grateful to have the opportunity to join the online seminar with brothers and sisters today. Well, today I'm going to share on the topic of the bamboo bank spirit and a handful of rice. Sergi Foundation was established by Venerable Master Chen Yen, and our foundation has a rich history, and part of it is the bamboo bank tradition. Master was inspired by the insights of Buddhism teachings, and Master realized that she could only find true happiness in life when she expanded the love she had for her family to all of humanity. Master was moved by the misery and pain she saw around her and made a powerful aspiration to relieve suffering and help the poor. While Master does not fear hardship because Master believes that if fear hardship, we will not be able to accomplish anything in this world. So Master proactively devotes herself to helping people and working for the good of all sentient beings. Thus, in a time of extreme hardship, Master paved a path with the spirit of bamboo banks. In May 1966, Master set up Sergi in Hualien. Master joined forces with 5 female disciples and 30 local housewives. And to fund the charity, the women made baby shoes for sale and put money aside from what they had for food. With humble beginnings and starting from scratch, though living a plain and simple lifestyle themselves, Master Chen Yen and her disciples were determined to help the poor. To raise funds for the charity mission, Master asked her 30 lay followers to set aside 50 cents, Taiwan cents, from their grocery money each day and save it in a bamboo bank. Master says, back in those days, I wanted to help others, but truthfully, I didn't even have Taiwan $1.50 for bus fare from the abode to Hualien. My own everyday life really was truly filled with great hardship, Master said, and I often had to walk from the abode to Hualien. And in order to help others in such difficult times, I had to call upon people to contribute their strength in a way that did not disrupt their family daily living. So at that point, I took 30 bamboo stalks and I cut them into 30 bamboo banks, which I gave to the 30 housewives to put 50 cents into each day. One of them said to me, Master, this is so strange. Why do you want us to pay 50 cents a day? If I just give you $15 a month, isn't that the same? Master says, no, it's not. Master says, then you are only emulating the compassion of Bodhisattva once a month. If you give $15 a month, my hope is for everyone to have the compassion and have thoughts of goodness every day. So I hope is that on a daily basis, the moment everyone goes out of the door to the markets, they make sure to set aside the 50 cents in their bank. Master hoped that everyone could give rise to a kind thought of helping others every day and not just one day a month. If everyone could do this, it will benefit many people in the world. The word of the campaign soon spread from the marketplace to other parts of Hualien, and more people joined in and participated. Gradually, committed volunteers became our Sergi commissioners, who would travel to the homes of donating members to personally collecting their bamboo banks. On one occasion, a commissioner asked Master told Master that a particular donor who lived so far away that the cost of the trip, the bus fare to the donor's house to collect the donation is more than the amount donated. So it means that it might cost 20 Rand to go to the donor's place to collect just 10 Rand. And that's what the volunteer commissioner said to Master. But Master replied that giving people an opportunity to participate in a good cause, doing good deeds, was just as important as the donation itself. By personally collecting the donations from people, the volunteers actually were in fact nurturing the seed of love in every donor. Inspiring love in people's heart is the Master's true goal. So when we go and see our donor, we talk to the donor, we provide our love and care to the donor, And while we are with the donor, we can go to the community and can share our Sergi spirits with the community as well. And soon this donor can become our volunteers and reach out to many more in the community, Master said. So such acts really inspired the inherent kindness of givers and warm the hearts of those in need. As you can see, reaching out to people who in need is really Master's true goal. A small donation each day may seem small, but Master Chen Yan reminds us that do not underestimate any good deed as too small to do. According to Master, the drop coins are like grains of sand forming a pagoda. Such meager offerings can accomplish great things. So any small offerings can also accomplish great things. Over the years, Sergi has been contributing to better social and community services, to charity, medical care, education, and humanitarian in Taiwan and around the world. Sergi is also devoted to international disaster relief, bone marrow donation, environmental protection, and community volunteering. Together, these are our 8 global footprints as we advocate the development of altruistic love for others and selfless giving to others. From these humble origins, First 30 members' housewives would save 50 cents from their grocery money each day to help the poor. The foundation's Sergi is now active in 5 continents. We have 502 offices and has provided relief aid to 128 countries and areas globally. Rich or poor, and regardless of our circumstances, we can always discover aspects of our lives that we can be grateful for. And if we look closely in every situation, and from this situation, we can actually see the gratitude, our empathy for others can arise. Bamboo banks are used by Sergi until this day. And as we collect charity donations on behalf of those in need, we awaken our own love and care for others in the giver as well. Here I'd like to share a few little stories of how Sergi went from the spirit of Bamboo Bank to a handful of rice. In May 2008, Cyclone Nagis devastated southwestern Myanmar. 130,000 people were killed or missing, and half of the country's population was affected. Sergi volunteers in Malaysia took the lead in the disaster relief and distributed good quality rice so that farmers could resume farming as soon as possible. After the relief from the storm, though the distribution and the support of the volunteers, lasting compassion was formed in the hearts of the affected volunteers in Myanmar, they began to learn. They have aspired and vowed and carry on the power of love. One poor farmer, his name is Yu Tian, he heard the story of Sergi's bamboo bank years at the distribution ceremony as our volunteers share about the spirit of bamboo bank. And he learned that accumulation can help people. But he thought he was a poor farmer. What could he do? Accumulate what? So he thought. Then he heard another farmer, Yu Min, explain the concept of save a handful of rice a day. And as a result, he also started saving a handful of rice a day to help others. When you cook rice each day, take a handful of rice and store it in another container. Then when it's full, gather the rice left over so that you can help others who are more in need. Yu Tian understands our Sergi philosophy of non-killing as well. So while saving a handful of rice, he also cultivates his land with natural farming methods. He becomes friendly to the earth and try not to use pesticides. So besides protecting lives, he also say good words, jinx the aphorism, master jinx the aphorism to his rice field every day. His harvest was always good and his life became better and better. In 2014, he bought another field and he decided to donate the harvest of this field to Sergi for charity. So this has become a field of blessing. In July 2020, when the COVID hit Myanmar, the pandemic hit the economy hard, and many people have fallen on hard times. So farmers in this Chuwen village, who were helped by Sergi before, donated the rice seeds to the villagers. So 32 farmers gathered together, donated 158 baskets of rice seeds, as you can see, in cooperation with Sergi to help the poor farmers in 3 other villages. This time, the mission was undertaken by the local volunteers themselves, and the seeds donated by farmers to help farmers in other villages. So through this practice of the Rice Piggy Bank, Sergi hopes to inspire more people to give and make the world a better place. Sergi volunteers listened to Dharma Master teachings and heard of Master wishes. So in 2023, this year, Sergi volunteers from Singapore and Malaysia went back to the Buddha's hometown to give back. These bodhisattvas took the lead and paved the way of Sergi in Nepal and India. They overcome difficulties with patience, giving with hearts full of love, rejoice without mentioning any suffering, and they share the spirit of bamboo banks and a handful of rice with the locals. So here we go. So another stories of how from bamboo bank spirit to a handful of rice. So in February 18 this year, volunteers set up a venue for the donation of the rice piggy bank. Even before it was set up, many people had already brought their rice piggy banks. The volunteers let everyone pour the rice into a rice basket. As we all know, Sergi started this spirit of saving small amounts of money for a good cause during the bamboo bank era. But now it has taken root in Lumbini, Nepal too, saving a handful of rice. With each grain of rice filling the baskets, the seeds of kindness have bloomed into flowers of love in this town, which is the birthplace of the Buddha. So on that day, there were around 26 residents who brought their loved rice piggy banks to donate. The villagers understood that it is okay for their lives to be a little difficult, but we should always have a kind heart, even though our own self gone through difficult lives. We can save a little bit while having our meals and use these savings to help many people. One of the principal kindergarten shared that they would have 10 students participating in the Rice Piggy Bank event as well. And they told the principal that they felt really happy to save love rice this way every day, because they know that even though they're little children, kindergarten children, they know that this rice can help poor people. So now everyone understands the bamboo bank and a handful of rice. This is another little touching stories in Bodh India, the place where the Buddha attained enlightenment, has also become a place for our Sergi volunteers to repay their gratitude to the Buddha. In addition to the Sergi volunteers' effort in Nepal, our volunteers venture into these impoverished villages surrounding Bodh Gaya, seeking out suffering and hardship. It was during this mission that they encountered Gayina in the shepherd girl village, an outcast. See, in India, those belonging to the lower castes can only engage in certain occupations, such as scavenging, cleaning, driving, carpentry, or even begging. So there's upper class and lower class in India. So therefore, it is common to see beggars gather at tourist spots in Bodh Gaya, begging to earn a meager income and their daily meals. So Gahina has spent his life surviving through begging. When our Sergi volunteers found him, he was being mistreated by others, and he told us that he really needed help. So Gahina, an abandoned elderly man, became a care recipient of Sergi. Our volunteers make regular visits to him, providing him with some cabbages, cauliflowers, and fresh produce to help him to make sure ensure that he will no longer go hungry. Our volunteers say, "Grandfather, Grandfather is like, Mukulu, Mukulu here. Mukulu, what did you do to sustain yourself in the past? And the Mukulu say, I used to sit under the Indian coral tree there in the temple and beg from the tourists, he explained. He even demonstrated by squatting down and holding his hand up, just as he used to do with a group of elderly people and children. He said he would spend 7 to 8 hours a day begging. So Sergi is helping you now, so you don't need to beg anymore, grandfather. Okay? Volunteer could not help but feeling sympathy. And our volunteers share the idea of being a person who extends a helping hand rather than one who begs for assistance. So trying to turning from palms up to palms down. Guyana listened intently, and immediately he agreed with our volunteers' request for him to stop begging. His willingness to change his difficult path and embrace a virtuous path deeply, really touched our volunteers. Touched by his sincere heart of wanting to change, our volunteers invited him to participate in some of our 30 events and activities. Guyana agreed, and thus a seed of goodness was quietly sown. Our volunteers brought posters with Jingse aphorism, which read, "What kind of face is the most beautiful?" The one adorned with a smile, our volunteers patiently read out the Jingse aphorism to Guyana. The heartwarming interaction between Guyana and our volunteers brought a radiant smile to this elderly man's face. He raised his hands high above his head, even forming a love gesture sign, just like us doing that, as a sign of gratitude to everyone who helped him. With laughter and joy, our volunteers pinned the poster to one of the walls, offering it as a blessing to reside deep within Guyana's heart. An act of giving, Guyana discovered the value of his life. He made a decision to set aside a handful of rice every day while preparing his meals to donate to Sergi. Eat until only 80% full, use the remaining 20% to help others. That's what our volunteers share, the principle of cultivating kindness and spreading love. Because as Master always says, giving is not the privilege of the rich. It is really the privilege of the sincere. This sense of equality and compassionate love gradually nourished Guyana's heart drop by drop. During the Sergi activities, Guyana, with a joyful spirit, finds new friends like Gain, on the right here in the picture, who are also very delighted to contribute selflessly. Love can indeed change everything, as you can see here, in which love has changed Guyana's life. It has transformed his destiny, and he no longer begs for a living. In his twilight years, he encountered Dharma Master teachings, and his life is no longer wasted. The volunteers hope that this love will touch more people, not just Guyana, can influence more lives and allow everyone to give back to this sentient world with compassion, contentment, and gratitude. Given the scope of Sergi's humanitarian work today, the story of the humble bamboo bank proves that no good deed is too small when done with love and with pure intentions. It can create an infinite ripple of good across the world. Master Chen Yan's teachings show us how in life we can't ignore a single act of kindness, because each kindness contributes to the force of compassion in the world. Bamboo banks are used by Sergi until this day, and as we collect charity donations on behalf of those in need, we awaken our own love and care for others and the givers as well. Rich or poor, and regardless of our circumstances, we can always discover aspects of life that we can be grateful of. In fact, the happiness that we feel in doing good deeds is immeasurable. And personally, collecting those donations from people, we were in fact nurturing the seed of love in every donor. And this is Master's true goal. Donating once a month with a big amount is not enough. Every single day, one should have kind thoughts of helping others, regardless of how much they had given, because a kind thought sows blessings. The seeds of rice are also seeds of blessings, and the love keeps expanding like ripples. This way, the donated rice accumulates into a significant amount. And also in this way, no matter rich or poor, everyone can create unlimited blessings. For a few blessings to unlimited blessings covering the world, and the world will become prosperous and people will also become more peaceful. So let us work together to promote the spirit of the bamboo bank and a handful of rice and the values of common decency and respect of others' hearts. People can become more pure, and the society can be a better place. Every goal starts with first step. Without the first step, we can never reach the end of a long road. We should take the first step and inspire everyone from all directions to be together with us to carry out our 8 global footprints. Let's exercise this great love for all impoverished sentient beings, mindfully seek to understand, observe, and understand the situation. As long as there is a path that we can walk, as long as our eyes can see, our hands and legs can reach a place, we must go there to help the people. Lastly, I'd like to share one of Master aphorisms with everyone. The joy of life comes from giving and using life to the fullest. Cảm ơn. Thank you.